the top leaders that you are not seeing on the list of ministers of the shadow cabinet. The shadow cabinet is confined to people who are serving members of parliament, because they will have to interact with the ministers at parliament. And you will find that our spokesperson is not yet a member of parliament. That's why you will see that despite his competencies, you are not seeing him there on the list of the cabinet ministers. By definition, a shadow cabinet is there to mirror any existing cabinet. A shadow cabinet worldwide is erected looking at the cabinet as set by the serving government, and its purpose is to take the government to account, number one. Number two, it is to mirror the government ministries. Number three, it is to develop alternative policy. So we will have the same structure because we are mirroring. A shadow cabinet is a mirror cabinet. The image on the mirror cannot be different from the real image. When you are having a shadow cabinet, it doesn't mean that you are agreeing with the government. Now, if you go to the United States, if you go to the United Kingdom, all countries with a Westminster type of parliament, you will find that the secretaries, the shadow secretaries, mirror the existing secretaries so that they take them into account. So the fact that we have a shadow cabinet that mirrors the Zanu PF one does not mean that we are in agreement with it. But the reality is that that is the structure that is there. And that is the structure we are mirroring, and that we are going to be critiquing. Most loyal cadres, Honorable Major Douglas Mwonzora. Now, as I have said, the ministers of state don't sit in cabinet, but we have deployed our ministers in various provinces to shadow the ministers of state for provincial and devolution affairs. Ladies and gentlemen, as you know, the appointment of ministers is an iterative process. It is a process that is done after thorough consultation and so on. This is what we offer to Zimbabwe. These ministers, we have had a meeting today. After they accepted their appointments, we have had a meeting with them today, giving them our expectations. And the main expectation is that they must develop policies for the best interests of Zimbabwean people. And in a few days' time, we are going to organize a retreat for the shadow cabinet. We are expecting these ministers to be traveling all over the country and supervising activities in their various areas of work. They are men and women, both young, old, and middle-aged, that we do have confidence in. And we commend these people, these ministers, to the people of Zimbabwe. I want to thank you. The fundraising that we do from our well-wishers, our benefactors, lawfully in terms of the Political Parties Finances Act, in terms of the laws of this country. We also do get funding from the government grant as a result of the members of parliament that we have. So we have lawful sources of finance. But of course, we now have a shadow cabinet. This shadow cabinet has to be funded. The ministers have to travel. The researchers that they have to employ have to be paid. And these ministers, the reports that have to be they have to compile have to be well presented. So we are going to require some funding for the shadow cabinet. But shadow cabinet worldwide would be entitled to a small fund from Parliament itself, from government. It's certainly in the United Kingdom, that is the case, and we want to encourage the government to look at that. We also want to encourage the international community to help with the funding of the shadow cabinet, so that there is complete democracy, there is complete oversight and transparency and accountability in Zimbabwe.